Hello, Night Nation. Trace Trulko with this Sons of UCF Extra. What's the first sport back in play this season? Women's soccer. The Knights are coming off an 8-7-1 season, last NCAA appearance in 2017. Pop-up storms forced us inside for the interviews. We get a preview of the new season and start with head coach Tiffany Sahaydak. Coach, let's begin with this. Busy summer for you, U.S. national team. What's that experience been like to be back with that team?
The experience with the national team is just, it's unbelievable. It's a dream to be able to come full circle, be a player, play on that team, and then come back 20 plus years later and be on the other side of it coaching. So just to be in that high performance team and environment, it's helped me grow a ton in the last 6 months. And I think with that comes growth for UCF too, because I'm able to use that opportunity and use it for UCF too.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, what an honor to be asked, but you also want to use it to become a better coach.
Absolutely. Like, who wouldn't want to go into that environment and grow? And you're going to grow no matter what if you're in that environment, because you're asked to be out of your comfort zone, whether you're a player, a coach, an athletic trainer, a video analyst. Like, everyone's asked to do better every single day and be their best every single day. So I love that I'm out of my comfort zone. It's good for me. And again, in turn, I think it's good for UCF.
You still involved with the Envoy program as well?
I am still involved with the Envoy program, but it had been put to a halt because of COVID, but they actually just started the Envoy program again. So they actually asked me to go to Cameroon this summer, but because I was with the national team, I wasn't able to participate.
Well,
so maybe next time.
That's tough to choose between those two, right?
I know, Cameroon or the national team, but yeah, the national team and soccer is always going to come first.
As you look back on 2021 season, not what you want it to be, what do you take away from the season that you can use to build into 2022?
21 was, not what we wanted to be, because I think just as far as conference play goes, we didn't win the games we needed to win. But when you look at our out-of-conference schedule, we won some huge games last year. So we know that we have the team that can win big-time games. I think we struggled a little bit with our depth towards the end of the season. And so what I look forward to this year is that it's a veteran group. We only lost one player. We gained veteran transfers that will make an impact. We've gained some true freshmen that can help us make an impact right away. We have players like Mia Asenjo, who was a redshirt freshman coming back from injury, who's doing great right now. So we won huge games last year, and we're essentially the same team, but even that much better. So I have huge, dreams for this team this year, huge goals, and they're chomping at the bit to get going.
You mentioned Mia. What do you like about her game? She had such success over the summer in the USLW League.
What I love about Mia is that she is a natural-born competitor. Like, she doesn't need me to get on her. She doesn't need anyone else telling her what to do to get her motivated. She's motivated, she's disciplined, she's inspiring, and she just wants to be her best all the time. So that's what we noticed, of her when she was a high school player, and she's gotten over her injury, and she is the Mia that we always thought she would be.
What impact do you think your transfers can have on this year's team?
I expect that our transfers are going to make big impact with us. I think an area of our program where we've been hurt in the past is that we haven't had a ton of depth, especially in our back four. So over time during the season, our back four are playing minutes over minutes, and the load is just hard to keep up. And so the fact that we've added 2 more defenders with veteran transfers, that's going to help with rotations in the back, and I think that's going to help us big time as the season goes on.
As this program and the rest of UCF's programs make that transition to the Big 12, how do you notice the conversation changing in the transfer portal with players, but also on the recruiting trail?
I think it's big time to be able to say, we're moving to the Big 12. A lot of recruits and prospects are wanting to be in the best conferences in the country, and a lot of them want to be pros, and just to be able to attach yourself to a big conference like the Big 12. There's been changes with our recruiting. So we can be in the conversation more. Not that we haven't been, but I just think it gives us that extra, feather in our cap to say we have that part and that piece. So I think it is changing. I think we still need some times. I think we need to be in the conference and to really make a statement in the conference. And I think the word will get out even more. But it has already made some initial changes for us in our recruiting and in the positive way.
Your program, you in particular, known for scheduling tough. Talk about these non-conference games that you have scheduled for this coming season.
Yeah, we are known for always scheduling a very tough out-of-conference schedule, and so this year is no different. But I do like to challenge, our players and put them against the best. And that way we know exactly where we stand in the country, not just in the conference, but in the country. So, we're going to be playing a very similar schedule to last year. So we have to play LSU again, Ole Miss, University of Florida. We'll play UNC again, Texas. So it's very similar to last year just because of our contract playing home and home. But we're all excited to play all those matches again and hopefully have a stronger conference competitive season.
Nice to know you have Caroline Delisle in goal. Talk about what you expect from her this coming season.
Caroline Delisle, she is always someone that's so strong for us. She's like a rock for us in the back, and obviously veteran leadership. She's one of the captains. She is coming off a little bit of an injury over the summer, so she's been rehabbing all summer. And Liza Pastoria did a great job of playing the games in the spring for us and staying healthy for the spring. But just to know we have Carol and Liza and Bree Wagner all there ready to go at any time, I think is really important. But Carol is a strong leader and obviously an amazing goalkeeper, so we're really happy that she's back and we can have her right in goal for us.
You talked about depth. What do you like about your defense going into this season?
What I like about our defense this season is they're all around like good footballers. Like they can they're comfortable on the ball and they're good at distribution, and at the same time they're defenders, so they're full package players. They're very fit, they're strong, but again, they're good on the ball too. So they're modern, center backs and attacking fullbacks, and we just have a lot of trust in them. And I think, probably there's 6 that are going to compete for playing time in the 4 positions. And because of that, there may be rotations throughout the year where it might not always be the same starting back 4.
And then on offense, you like your goal scorers. You've got some opportunities there.
I think, we've done well with scoring goals, and you've got Kristen Scott coming back, who is a veteran player who's, known to come, pretty strong out of the gate, and hopefully she can do that again this year and provide that leadership quality as well. Again, I think Mia is doing really well right now. We've got Anna Henderson, who's a little bit quiet, I would say, last year, but I think she's really confident right now and doing well. So, all around, there's just so many players that I can mention that I think that have the opportunity just to score a lot of goals and just be really important in the attack.
How important would it be for you to leave the American as champions of the league?
I think leaving the American as champions is definitely a goal. Like, I know the players feel it, in their heart, and it's been, a while since we've been, the champs of the conference, and so they want to go out with a bang. So I know that's a huge goal of theirs. They're envisioning it already, and they're putting the work in right now to make sure that happens and ends. So I'll keep everyone grounded and make sure that we're keeping track and staying focused on one game at a time. But I know that the team's goals are pretty lofty this year, and part of that is winning the American before we move on to the Big 12.
And if that happens, you're really going to put yourself in a position for an NCAA tournament bid. That's been a couple of years. No doubt you're chomping at the bit to get back.
I definitely want to get back to the NCAA tournament. That is always our goal every single year. So any year that we don't make it, I feel like we didn't quite accomplish our goal. So the team knows that. They're just as hungry to make sure that happens. So yes, their focus is, one game at a time, win the conference, and then with that comes the NCAA tournament. So, one step at a time, but I know we all have big goals this season.
A player that could give the Knights some pop on offense, Mia Asenjo. The redshirt freshman made the USL League's 2022 Team of the Year, thanks to 11 goals in 12 matches. Mia is excited to start hitting the back of the net for the Knights. Mia, let's begin with your play over the summer in the USL League. What did you most like about your play during the summer?
What I liked most about playing over the summer was definitely the sense of culture and the sense of family within the team. It made it a lot easier to perform well when you know that people have your back and they're constantly supporting you. Whether it was the coaching staff, your teammates, just Queens, New York in general, like the whole atmosphere was great. As well as the coaching staff and my family pushing me and always having my coach's voice in the back of my head saying, like, when you're tired, like, work, work, work. And it was just a really good opportunity to practice good habits and different fundamentals within the game to get ready for preseason, because ultimately this is the most important thing to me right now. So, yeah.
Why did you decide to play in that league?
I decided to play in that league because I saw an opportunity to make history. It's the first women's team in Queens, and considering that fact, we did very well, and it was like I've known that whole staff and teammates for a lifetime. It was just a very good opportunity. Also, coming back from an ACL injury, gaining fitness back. You know, I struggled with that in the spring season. So coming back from an ACL, I think playing 90 minutes and playing a good amount of time was very good for me and in order to prepare me for season out here.
And scoring goal after goal. Did that surprise you?
Honestly, yes. Because when I was here playing in the spring, I was having a bit of confidence issues in terms of being able to score, creating scoring opportunities, and a lot of that was an effect of being unfit. And I think that opened my eyes a little bit to the importance of having fitness in women's soccer and soccer in general. So scoring goal after goal, I mean, it's a blessing, honestly. Give a lot of credit to my trainers back home, Tiffany at UCF, my family, just all my supporters, because they constantly push me to be better and differentiate myself from, you know, all the players out there. So it was just a really good confidence booster in regard to, you know, getting all of the connecting the dots and playing again after 12 months of not playing.
So much emphasis is put on physical recovery, but a lot has to happen mentally as well to get you back out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, ACL injuries are not for the weak at all. A lot of it was mental. I spoke to my college coaching staff about it. I've spoken to physical therapists, athletic trainers, multiple people, and just people who have gone through the process. And they all say the same thing. The mental part is the most difficult part of that injury. Just making sure that you stay focused and you stay diligent with doing your work, whether it's just a simple leg lift or it's running your beep test for the first time after not being able to run. It's just a whole process, and having a community to support you during that process is super important as well. So, yeah.
Training camp underway for UCF. How do you think the team looks going into this season?
I think the team looks the best it's ever been. We've had a tremendous spring season, beating the national champs. Like, that was a crazy confidence booster for us. We look pretty good. I'm really excited to see what the team has to offer. For me and for UCF, just putting us on the map and allowing us to show who we are. And the team's chemistry and the sense of family is all there, and it's been there, and Tim and Tiff do an excellent job of making sure that team culture is the number one priority, because a team could be so good, but if they're not connected, like, they're not going to perform as good as they should perform. So I'm very excited.
What do you hope that we will see from you out on the field this season?
The plan is to get Rookie of the Year, but with that comes hard work, discipline, and accountability. All of that plays into the awards and, you know, getting positive reinforcement. My goal is to score a lot of goals, obviously, but just be a team player and always support my teammates and have the culture in the back of my mind and always remember that I'm representing UCF, and all of this is bigger than just one person. So constantly reminding myself of that, as well as representing my family and where I come from. So yeah, just scoring, winning the season, the conference, and then we'll see what happens from there. Hopefully we can go all the way.
UCF opens the regular season at home Thursday, August 18th against the Florida Gators. For the Sons of UCF Extra, I'm Trey Strelko. Go Knights! Charge on.